What's up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is the Amanda Mori, and over here I love to discuss all things fragrance. So if you're someone that is into smelling good, I would love for you to subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bells. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video and you don't miss out. I don't know when I started this series, but I know for sure I started this series over a year ago. And basically just what the title says is, why don't we talk about these fragrances anymore? Before we get into the video, the background looks a little different. Let me explain. I actually focus my camera where I'm able to utilize the sunlight because we are actually going through a freeze right now, and the power has been going out in waves. So my power has actually been out since 7 a.m. this morning, and it is currently, oh my god, what time is it? It is currently 1:14. I could sit around, I could mope, I could nap, I could, you know, do whatever, or I could utilize my time effectively because we didn't have to go to work today. And to be honest with you guys, I'd rather come on and talk to you than to go to work. The funny thing of it is, as soon as I got ready to sit down and record this video, the power came back on. As y'all can see, my tree back there is lit up. I put my makeup on in the dark, honey. I combed my hair in the dark. And as soon as I got ready to sit down and record this video, the power comes back on, but we move. I'm happy that the power is back on, trust me, because it's like 20 degrees outside, and I hope it stays on. If you're new to my channel, this is probably one of the first times you've seen a video like this, even though I do have a series of these why don't we talk about these fragrances anymore videos. If you go to my playlist on YouTube, you will see them all there. So I wanted to kick that back up this year in 2024 because I have a lot of fragrances that I've just, you know, collected over the years. In addition to me being an influencer, which I have finally accepted that term. You know, it's taken me a long time to even fix my mouth to say influencer, because I hate to be looked at as one that influences anyone to do anything, because I would like to think that we all have a mind of our own. I would like to think that. Besides me becoming an influencer, I've always loved fragrances, always. Ever since I was a child, I used to wear my mom's perfumes, my auntie's perfumes, my grandmother's perfumes. I've always been a lover of fragrances. And so I've been a collector before anything. And I know that with the times, like fashion, you know, fragrance would change too. Especially with, you know, different regulations and things like that that they put on fragrances. Oftentimes our favorites become our not so favorites anymore. Is that to mean that they're not good? Are they not popular? Are they just, we just forgot about them and thrown them away? Have the baccarats replaced our tried and trues? Because I still like to believe that fragrance is like art. It's like that vintage YSL bag, you know, the type of bag that never really goes out of style. It's just very classic and classy, and you can rock it whenever. That's how I like to think of fragrances, especially those like signature scent worthy type of fragrances, you know what I mean? So I have 5 fragrances here. I want to say one was very popular when I first jumped on YouTube and started talking about fragrances. Another one I have here, I have really had a hard time really like wearing it. It's practically brand new. I've thought about putting it on the chopping block a time or two. And I have 2 in my hand here. One went viral, and the other one has just always been a love of mine. I think this is like my 2nd or 3rd bottle that I've ever bought. So if you're interested to see what these fragrances are and why we don't talk about them anymore, keep watching. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about is Hanae Mori. Y'all can see this particular bottle I've had for a while. The letters are rubbed off and the top is all like scratched up, child. Baby, I've probably had this particular bottle. Ooh, girl, how long have I had this one? I can't even remember, y'all. I've always loved this fragrance. Even though I've had this fragrance for a while now, it still smells the same. Like halfway through the bottle, I should just go ahead and finish it out. But I still pick up the fruitiness, I pick up the woodiness, I pick up the sweetness in this fragrance. Because this fragrance is very heavy on the fruit, like you can't really miss it. And you would think, for me anyway, sometimes when I think about real fruity fragrances, I always have a tendency to wear them over the summer because I'm not real big on heavy fruity notes. But because this one has that woody base, I think this is like one of the ones that I could totally wear all year. As far as the florals, I pick up that jasmine and I pick up the peony. For me to enjoy peony in a fragrance, it has to be done in a certain type of way. It has to have other components in the fragrance for me to enjoy it, because I'm not the biggest fan of really super florals. Like I'm not the biggest fan of heady floral fragrances. Like this fragrance is really nice. I mean, the sandalwood, I think, is what gives it that creaminess, a little bit of that powdery type of dry down. This has just always been a favorite of mine. It really has. Have they discontinued this? I don't even know. According to Fragrantica, this fragrance was released in 1996, honey, okay? And the perfumer is Bernard Elena. I like this. A lot of people, oh my God, a lot of people compare it to Cashmere by Chopard. Baby, no. I've had Cashmere by Chopard, and they are two totally different fragrances in my opinion. They absolutely do not smell the same. Like, I don't know where they're getting it from. I can see a tiny little resemblance to Cashmere in the Hanae Mori. Tiny, but to just compare them like they're the same, absolutely not. In my opinion, Hanae Mori is much better, way better. But do you guys have Hanae Mori in your collection? Have you worn it before? How do you feel about it? Do you still like it? Has it had its moment? It's over and done? What do y'all think? I absolutely still love this. And as a matter of fact, I may leave this out and just go ahead and finish the bottle. This is a fragrance that I would consider repurchasing. Well, considering the fact that I've already bought this fragrance like at least 2 or 3 times in my life, I would probably buy it again. If I was to see it on sale at like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and that's probably where I picked this one up, I would buy this again. I honestly would, because I think it's that good. I think it has a very timeless feel to it. I think that it could actually stand up on its own against some of the newer releases that are coming out now, because I just feel like, especially the designer releases, y'all know how I feel about them. I think they are becoming redundant. I think they are lacking in creativity and all the things. But this one, I think you could really put this up against any of the new, at least the designer fragrances that are coming out now. So let me know if y'all still have this in your collection. Again, this is Hanae Mori, and I absolutely love this one. Beautiful. Now, I started my YouTube channel probably towards the end of, what was it, 2019. And when did this fragrance come out? This fragrance came out in 2019. Okay, that makes sense. And so when I first jumped on YouTube, this fragrance went viral. Okay, at this point you can get this fragrance now at any Macy's, I believe. You can get it anywhere. But when it first came out, I had the hardest time getting Belle. It was always sold out. I think I got this particular one from fragrancebuy.ca. I couldn't find it anywhere in the States. Like, it was that popular. This fragrance went super viral. You know, and for those of you who are in fragcom, y'all watch all the frag videos, y'all know I'm not lying. Everybody had this fragrance. And I see that Fragrantica has changed their note breakdown. From my understanding, there were only 3 notes in this fragrance. It was pear, vanilla, and vetiver. For me, I'm pulling the pear for sure. Like, the pear is sitting right in the top of this fragrance, and immediately I get it when I first spray it. I'm getting the vetiver and I'm getting the vanilla. I'm not really getting a lot of floral notes out of here, to be honest with you. And if I was, I can't really tell you exactly what floral I'm pulling. Does it smell a little like florals? Yeah, it does, but I can't call it. But I'm definitely getting the pear. I'm definitely getting the vanilla, and I'm definitely getting the vetiver, which I love those combinations. The vetiver, I feel like, is giving it a little bit of, not necessarily a woody touch or a woodiness. It's giving it more of like a dusty type of feel, like an earthy type of feel, almost kind of dry. To be honest with y'all, I think this fragrance kind of really was worth the hype, if I'm being honest. And I do have the Belle Intense, which comes in the same shaped silhouette bottle, but it's darker. And I want to say it has some of the same notes as this one, but it has tonka in it. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, out of those two, I actually prefer this one over the intense version. I feel like this one is a little bit more wearable. That tonka one, it's deeper, it's heavier, it is definitely more intense, okay? But this one is an easy grab for me. It definitely is an easy grab. And as y'all can see, the juice, when you get your bottle, is gonna be purple. But because there's vanilla in here, vanilla, when it oxidizes, it has a tendency to turn brown, which I don't have a problem with that, because to me, it just means that this thing is getting better and better. And yeah, I love when it does that. People don't really talk about it anymore. I think because it has become more accessible. I feel like anytime things, fashion, it doesn't matter what it is, shoes, handbags, perfume, when it's not really accessible, I feel like that kind of plays into the hype. You know that old saying where people always want what they can't have? I feel like that is kind of what happened with this fragrance, because you can get this anywhere now. But I know for me, when I wasn't able to get it as fast as I wanted to get it, it actually made me want it more, because I was like, okay, I need to see what the hell these girls are talking about, because everybody is talking about this. It wasn't, if I watched 10 videos, ooh, that's a lot. I watched 5 videos in one night in 2019, early part of 2020, probably all of 2020, to be honest with you. Out of them, 5 out of 5, this fragrance came up in those videos, because that is how popular it is. Would I buy this again? I would. I think this, like the Hanae Mori, is another type of scent that's timeless. It's not very complicated, thus it's an easy grab. Thus, I feel like people have a tendency to like it more. You know, people really don't want to be bothered with fragrances that you have to push through the dry down, that you gotta actually just like kind of make yourself like. That's crazy, okay? That's insane. Don't do that. But I feel like when you have a fragrance that's just an easy wear, you don't mind repurchasing it. And it smells good. It's beautiful. I think it's liked by a lot of people. The dry down is so good too. But yeah, this is definitely one that I would consider repurchasing and keeping in my collection. I would not say this is like top 10 for life, but I would rebuy it. This next fragrance has actually been a little bit of a struggle for me to wear. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I've actually had this fragrance for over a year now. I've really struggled with this one. This is Coco Noir by Chanel. I don't know why, I have struggled with this fragrance, and I love Coco Mademoiselle, so I'm just like, I don't understand, like, I just don't understand why I don't like this. I don't understand why I have struggled with this fragrance so much, y'all. I really don't know. I love all the base notes. I love, you know, patchouli. I love tonka. I love olibanum, which is also known as frankincense. It's just, frankincense is just like a very incensey type of resin, okay? Benzoin, I love benzoin. Benzoin is a resin as well, but it comes off for me sometimes as like a vanillic type of smell, like a sweet smell. White musk, I love white musk. But y'all, there is something about this fragrance, honey, baby, I can't. Y'all, it is, I don't know, y'all. It is something about this fragrance that I just can't. I'm gonna give it a little spray. Let's give it a spray. And you know, no, I love a good beast mode fragrance. I love smokiness. I love woodiness. I love earthiness. I love those things in a fragrance. And it's giving me what it's supposed to give. But my brain and my nose is telling me, it's something in this that just comes off a little old-fashioned, and I'm not there yet. You know, it's giving very much that grandmother who has been there, done that. You know, she drives a nice top of the line Cadillac. You know, she wears the red nail polish. I'm almost there, minus the Cadillac, you know, and the grandchild. So I'm not a grandma yet, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't there yet, y'all. I'm not there yet. I'm just not there. Like, I feel like my grandmother would have loved this fragrance if she was still with us. I feel like she would have worn this into the ground. I could totally see this being her vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because when I smell this, it does remind me of her. And baby, my grandmother was a baby. She was, I was about to say she was a whip. My grandmother was a firecracker, y'all. And I do feel myself as I get older, you know, relating, kind of becoming her, to be honest with you. But I'm not here. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. And this is the perfect time to wear this fragrance because it is cold right now. And maybe smelling it right now is kind of like why I actually kind of like it, because it's cold outside. I definitely would not wear this in the summertime. But overall, I think this is a very classy fragrance. It gives timeless to me. It gives like that vintage handbag feel, you know, that vintage, you know, coat that you bought years ago that just is never gonna go out of style. You know, this is the type of fragrance I feel like, in all honesty, even though I'm not digging it at the current moment, I do feel like this is the type of fragrance that will never go out of style. Like, it's always gonna appeal to somebody. And I probably will see myself wearing this when I get older, because I know for damn sure I'm not wearing youth do. You will never catch me in Youth Dew. Okay? I would pick this any day, okay, over Elizabeth Taylor's White Diamonds. Yeah, I would. And I ain't trying to drag nobody. I'm not trying to talk about nobody. I'm just keeping it real. You know, if you are wearing Youth Dew and you want to step up your perfume game, I would highly recommend Coco Noir by Chanel. I think you would like this way better. But yeah, do y'all have this in your collection? Are y'all still loving it? People really don't talk about it as much. They talked about it so much back in the day that I just had to get it. And I got it in child, brand new bottle, because there's no dent here, because I haven't been wearing it. Do y'all think I should keep this? Comment down below. Let me know. Do y'all think that this should stay in the collection? This is Scandal by Night by Jean-Paul Gaultier. I did have the original Scandal. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I had the original Scandal. The honey in that one was just way too much for your girl. I had to let it go, and then I ended up getting Scandal by Night because it had the cherry in it. And at that time, cherry was starting to really pop off. This fragrance, in my opinion, is very sweet because you have that honey component, you have the orange blossom, and then you have vanilla in the base. Those are super sweet, and that original Scandal was too sweet for me. And y'all know I love a good gourmand, honey. I love to smell sweet and edible. It does remind me of the original Scandal, but to me it's a little bit more toned down. You know, I don't feel nauseated when I wear this. Wow, this is very pretty. I need to wear this more often. Wow, this is really good, y'all. Very boozy. Maybe it's the cherry. A beautiful, sweet, syrupy, decadent cherry fragrance. Very beautiful. What they call them cherries? Machino cherries. That's what this reminds me of. I don't know if I could drink this, but I could definitely like pour it over like some ice cream or something like that. You know, it's coming off very edible to me right now. And that's what a real gourmand does. A real gourmand reminds you of something that you can either eat or drink. You know what I mean? And this is definitely giving me those vibes. I need to wear this more often. It's so good. Oh, I love this. This is so pretty. Now, I would not go in with the sprays. I think what probably did it too with the original, I think I went in with too many sprays and messed myself up. This is like a 3-4 spray tops perfume. Like, don't go in with the sprays on this one, okay? Like, you really don't need to, because it's very potent. It is very long lasting. It projects like nobody's business. And it's just an all-around good scent to me. But again, people don't really talk about it anymore. People don't really talk about the Scandals that much, period. Would I repurchase this fragrance? Probably not. And here's why. Because of the simple fact that I have come to love Orange Blossom. It's one of my favorite notes in fragrances. Also because cherry had a big moment. And I feel like I have enough fragrances in my collection with the cherry note. So therefore, I would probably not rebuy this. When and if I empty this bottle, I may consider buying a different flanker of the Scandal fragrances. That's what I would do. I would get a different flanker and try one of the other ones. But overall, I think this is a really good scent. Are we not into these anymore? Do we not like these anymore? Are we over the Scandals? I mean, did it have its moment in the spotlight? It's over with now. Girl, let me know, because I even though it's not as popular as it used to be, it's still very much loved in my collection. And just re-smelling it right now, because I haven't sprayed it in a while. It's just really reminding me of how much I actually enjoy the Scandal line. I really do. And even though I would let the Coco Mademoiselle go for the most part, I think all 5 of them are really beautiful fragrances. I think they're all timeless fragrances that really can be worn right now in 2024, even though one of them came out in 1996. I could wear them right now and nobody would question me on it. I think people would smell it and go, oh wow, you smell good. I don't think they would sniff me and go, oh girl, you smell like 1996. You know, I don't think that's gonna happen. But they're all great. Yeah, so comment down below if you have any of the fragrances I mentioned in today's video. Also, let me know, what is your favorite timeless classic? Like the fragrance that you have in your collection that you would just never let go, even though people don't talk about it anymore, it's not popular, but it's your baby. Comment and let me know what that fragrance is. If you're into smelling good, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on your notification bells. That way you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video and you don't miss out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And big shout out to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much for hitting that button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you are having a beautiful day and I hope you are smelling good doing it. I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye.